Hey, so we're back with the Featherweight 221 um, Singer sewing machine, the perfect portable. And on the previous video, I showed how to take the, what are they calling it, the bobbin case base out, clear the thread, do that. Now we're gonna try. We are going to try and get this back on there. So how I got it out was to pull out to kind of rotate it. I had it in this kind of position right here, and then I rotated it back and forth while I was pulling up on this side, and it came out, and I was kind of surprised that it came out because I was trying a lot. And then they said to put it back, put a drop of oil, sewing machine oil, back on there, and then kind of work it back in the same position. So I'm gonna try and do that, and I'm thinking, I don't know, rotating it gently back and forth. Hey, what do you know? It just went in there just like that. So now it's rotating around just fine. I'm not sure how it went in there, but I'm gonna play it, move it around a little bit, get that oil worked in there. Okay, so that's spinning pretty smooth. I think the oil got all spread out there. Okay, so now holding base, spin a bit each way until it seats. Okay, the base is seated. That's the bobbin case base for future reference right there. Now pivot the retainer, the jib or gib, however you want to say that. I'm not sure how they say it. Gib maybe. Upward to the original location. The small hole in the retainer must align with the screw hole below it. So that's this part here. So you push it back to its original position to line the hole up. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that perfectly, but now the hole is lined up right here with the hole below it. So now it says replace the tiny gib screw. Tweezers are good to hold the screw until you start it in place. So it is very tiny. If you can see that, it is very tiny. So I'm going to start it with this screwdriver because it's magnetized a little bit, but as you can tell, it's wider than the actual head of it. So once I get it in there, then I'm going to have to go with the other screwdriver that came with the set, with the sewing machine, to seat it all the way in there. But this is magnetized a little bit. Come on. Come on. There we go. So I seated it with this one. This one fits like perfectly. So I think it actually came with the machine. So it says screw hole. Replace the tiny gib screw. Don't over tighten. Okay. So we're just gonna put it in there. And I'm gonna just give it a tiny little turn after it's pretty tight. Okay. Now, rotate the assembly mechanism until the position finger on the bobbin base is pointed upward toward the needle. The position finger on the bobbin base, I believe, is this piece of metal that's sticking out right here. I believe that's the position finger. I think it needs to be pointed up here again. It's pointed toward the needle. The needle is the thing that comes down right above here, so that should be pointed toward the needle. Replace the throat plate by working it back under the swinging bed extension. Okay, so remember from our previous video, this is the throat plate, and we work it back under the swinging bed extension. Okay, so I think it just goes like this. Now, be sure the position finger enters the notch of the position plate that's under the throat plate. So the finger is between those two, and I think that's how it's supposed to be. And then we replace the two throat plate screws, put the bobbin case and bobbin back on and begin sewing. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Hopefully. Come on, little fella. Okay. Now these were in pretty tight, so I'm going to get them both in, and then I'll snug them down once I get them both in there. Okay. So, I'll snug that down a little bit. Pretty tight, because they were in there pretty tight, so. Okay. So, I believe that has fixed the problem of the thread jam, and that's the reassembly. That's the reassembly of the bobbin case back and the throat plate and the pivot retainer gib and all that stuff. Okay, so this is the second video for replacing that stuff. It seemed pretty straightforward. The hardest part was getting this part out, the bobbin base plate, and it was just a matter of pulling up on this little tab here and then kind of jiggling it back and forth as you rotated it, kind of, and pulling up while you jiggled it to get it out. Same thing kind of to get it back in there. I'm not even sure how it went back in, nor am I sure how I got it out, but that's pretty much the procedure. So, and that cleared the thread jam, and now it should work for my daughter once again. And I thank you for watching this video and the previous video. I hope that helped everyone out there. These are pretty nice sewing machines, and a lot of the stuff is I fixed a couple things on it now, and it seems like it's a lot. It's kind of a, yeah, it's a intuitive, like yeah, it should be this way, you know. So the parts like, hey, this isn't working, this belt should run this, why isn't this part working? Well, the belt is working, the motor's working, this is turning, why isn't this turning? Well, it was a jam over here that was causing this. So anyway, hope that helped everyone out there. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with other tips, and my troubles will hopefully not be yours. Or at least I'll show you how to fix them up. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.